Yeah, I had it for a second. It popped up for a second. I know. I need another second, I guess. These seconds. Oh, it keeps like popping in and out. Okay. Unavailable. That's not good. But now it's okay. Turn my shit up, and then I pause that. How does this sound? Sounds epic. Do the same bit every time. Never gets old. Does it? Do I look disheveled and sound tired? A lot of the time. I just do editing and like other stuff before streaming. Just all the work I have to do. Today I got up earlier so we could record stuff, and we didn't really get all of it done, but we still recorded. And then I just hung out afterwards. I shouldn't have lied down because, like, yeah, I'll lie down a little bit before stream. Surely that won't make me more tired. That's not what happened. Why is my shit looking weird? I look insane. It doesn't seem like it felt like I was just streaming Fall Guys yesterday. Like nothing changed. But no, I did the direct. It's only been a day since the direct. I never stopped memeing about the whole Mario cast. Who would think of all the announcements on that direct that the Mario cast is the one that everyone's fucking talking about? Which is cool, but also insane. So today I'm not sure. Because there's also some interesting thing that happened today, aside from the direct. Russell T. Davis is coming back to Doctor Who. Did I get that right? No, that is right. Yeah. I haven't really liked the newer seasons, but I don't like any season as it's coming out. When I binge it after the fact, it's better. But both of Jodie Whittaker's seasons so far are on HBO Max, and I tried watching them. And I still didn't like them as much. Or I tried watching them live, and I thought I didn't like them. I could try again. But I'm excited for that, because now I get to actually... There's a lot more shows that I would watch just randomly, but now that I'm, like, into watching shows weekly again... Because sometimes you like changes, but then you realize down the line those changes aren't what you want. So, like, when streaming was a big thing, I'm like, oh, this is best. This is the future. Why would I ever watch anything live, But now I like the weekly format. Like, I've always liked it. I just kind of forgot again. Hi, welcome back. Why is the chat not... Wait a minute. Oh, fuck. Welcome. We're deciding what we're going to do. There's multiple things. There's an AEW event, a wrestling event, happening at my 10 that I could just watch while I'm doing Fall Guys. But also there's a show called Dark Side of the Ring, right? Where they tell, I was going to say spooky stories, but that's not right. It's not literal, but dark, the shady stuff that happens in the wrestling industry. And they released one on Canyon today that I really want to watch. The problem is, well, let's bring this up. These are like, this is the episode, but it's not uploaded by Vice. Some of the episodes, yeah, like are just straight up uploaded by Vice. This is not. But they're currently on YouTube without being taken down. The problem is if I do watch them and react to them, not gonna lie, more streaming is cool. I feel like TV has more magic to it, Yeah, absolutely. I just like the weekly format because it's easier for me to remember. Like, as soon as new seasons of BoJack would come out, I would devour that shit. I would eat it all up in a day. And I'm like, oh, I finished the new season of BoJack, and I'm like tweaking out. And then the next season would come around, and I would be like, wait, what happened the last season? Because I watched it all in one day, I completely forgot what happened. But I feel like if it's spread out throughout weeks, it makes it better. Specifically with the example I was talking about, which was Doctor Who, is that like individual episodes are very good, but when you're watching them all together, it seems like the just self-contained episodes are like, well, they're not pushing forward the plot. That was also, I used to be a big fan of Matt Smith's era, where I just like the whole overarching plot thing. But now I kind of like the individual stories. So my query is this. While watching this, hey, what's up, Mick? If I watch this, because this is already like, probably going to get taken down on YouTube, how much will I be allowed to show? And is it going to be a problem? Because I've seen people react to these. I know I can react to this one because like it's on YouTube, but this is the one that I'm very interested in. I feel like as long as I'm constantly giving commentary, I can watch it. And then how long is it? And then I can play Fall Guys while having the AW thing on in the background, and maybe we'd be like, oh, it's the watch along or whatever. I just really want to watch this, and I'm a little tired right now. I might be getting my second wind now that I started streaming. I'm drinking caffeine again. But let's take a vote. It's also up to you guys. What do you guys think? Is this doable? Is there something else I should be doing? Because we can just do Fall Guys still. But I do want to watch this. Or maybe I could just have like the audio while I play Fall Guys. That could be something, because that's what I plan on doing for the wrestling thing. Even if I am even doing that, I could also save that for the end. What else? Oh, fucking Grimes and Elon broke up, which is really funny, because I don't really like either of them. For a long time, Grimes fans, or like people that like that style of music, were like, yeah, we gotta deal with Elon, but Grimes is worth it. I don't think so. Why would I need to enjoy Grimes when Poppy already exists, and Poppy does everything way better? I'll say it. I don't know if she did it first, but Poppy does everything Grimes is doing, but better, and makes better music. So it does. So I have no desire. What if I make it very small? Because the previous episode was very much like, if you haven't seen Dark Side of the Ring, it's more of just like the nameless company, even though they talk about Vince McMahon. It's just like, oh, you know, the WWE as a company. But these most recent episodes have been like, hey, Ric Flair's a fucking menace. And this one, apparently, there's a lot of shit about The Undertaker, which I think could be interesting. I tried watching a little bit of it, but like there's weird skipping and zooming things, like you right there, you could see, probably because of copyright reasons or something. Is there a different place to watch it? I don't think so. Unless they have it on like their website specifically. Yeah, YouTube. Vice TV. It's locked. Hold on. Before I hit the... Yeah, see, it signed in with my thing. Okay, so this is on their website, though. Bing. So, I don't know. Will I get in trouble? Is that possible? I don't know. I don't know. Because this is... I just unlocked it by using my TV provider thing, which makes me think that no, probably. I think... I would like to show it. But I think best thing we can do is I have it open on the other monitor, and we just listen to it while I play Fall Guys. I think that's probably the best way to go about this. So what we need to do is... Well, first off, I'm going to move this. Well, that's not right. Well, now it's covering my Streamlabs. Hey, look. I love this game. Let's open up Fall Guys. And then we'll measure those audio levels. Trying to become more casual about this, you know? I always think that I need to plan things way ahead of time and be like, oh, this is what we're doing, you know? It's a big event. But sometimes you could just chill on stream, and that's we're all here to hang out. Look how bad my wrist is. Wait, can you... It's not bending in the right way. I've got bad wrist. Or just a small one, I think. You ever been told you have a small... Nobody has ever told me that, but I know they're all thinking it. I'm very insecure, so I know every single person I meet is like, wow, this guy's got pretty small wrists. So first thing, probably, is just to turn this down in general. Let's put that at like 20. And then let's... Actually, can I make... What the fuck is happening? I need to be able to see this, but also I don't want it to cover up Streamlabs. So let me... No, I closed it. Hold on. Make it a whole mess. A mockery. Really. Okay, so let me play this, right? And see what you guys can and can't hear.
Chris Canyon was so ahead of his
That's
time.
already seems pretty loud. Well, it just disappeared. Where did it go?
I loved working with that mom.
And now I'll listen to me. It's pretty loud. I need to be able to hear it, but also I don't want it to be too loud. Like, not loud in the sense that, like, oh, audio will be an issue and you won't be able to hear me. But loud in the sense that, like, what was I saying? I was listening to my own self and I'm like, oh, once he gets to the pause. But then I realized I was also pausing the whole time. I did it again. Okay, I need to stop listening to this guy. The problem is the more of just, like, if I'll get in trouble for the audio. I think this is fine. Like, half. Still pretty loud. Let's put it there. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play Fall Guys while still watching the Dark Side of the Ring for Chris Canyon. Jump 5 times. This seems pretty easy. So what I do know about Canyon is that he is a gay man. And I can't imagine wrestlers are very kind about that. So that's going to be fun to hear about. He's a gay man.
I had no idea he was gay. Here's a guy twice my size that's just always talking about the queers. I ain't got time for that.
That to me was
Aside from copyright issues, it's possible that they could say some pretty fucked up shit here. We're getting genuine reactions. Because I know sometimes you would just, like, react to an episode of something, and they'd be like, what? Like, fake reaction? But this is going to be, like, genuine. And also, you try and play it up a lot of the time, but I legitimately think this is either going to shock me or upset me. So I don't think I'll have any... I think I'll have plenty of things to say. Remember the Mario movie? Yeah, I reacted to the Direct. And of all the games and cool shit they announced, that's the thing everyone's talking about. I'll say this. Chris Pratt, you know, that's a fucking dumb... That's really dumb. I think you should do voice actors. That being said, the guy who's writing it wrote the second Lego movie, which is a musical. And the movie is... The voice actors are... That was sick. Okay, the voice actors, like, 2 of them are Charlie Day and Jack Black. 2 musical performers who I love. So I would... Like, if the movie's a musical and we get to see fucking Jack Black and Charlie Day have songs, I'm all for it, you know? That's all I need. I'm one of the few people that actually liked the second Lego movie. They're just putting over Canyon right now, as they should. I don't know a lot about him aside from the... Like, wrestling, as far as that goes, I only know about, like, the tragedy. I don't know what happened to him. I know he was gay, and... Oh, Young Bucks. What do they have to do with this story?
Very good friends with Chris Canyon. He doesn't realize so much of us as kids, as teenagers, we watch Chris the way that he took...
I guess they're just fans of his. Second loop was good. Not as good as the first one. Yeah, I just really like... I think one of my blind spots is, like, musical movies. So, like, as long as they have a good soundtrack, and I don't mean, like, oh, like, Suicide Squad is a good soundtrack. I mean, like, if it's a musical and the songs are good, then I'll convince myself it's a good movie. I do the same thing with the fucking Aladdin sequels. I know it's not a good movie. Well, actually, you know what? There's some movies where I'm like, yeah, I know it's not good, but I like it. But I legitimately think the second Lego movie was good. I just really like it because of the music. Oh, my God.
He would be in the corner with some of his friends, putting on these shows. He adored wrestling. I don't think he was
As do I.
comfortable about his sexuality.
Not until, like, recently. I've been getting back into wrestling, and I gotta say, it's probably a lot because of AEW, but
He had a struggle.
I was watching The E, and I wasn't really that into it anymore. Probably because of the pandemic as well. Because, I mean, WWE is very shitty about that as well. Well, both companies were, if I'm being completely fair. Both of them were very much trying to force, like, yeah, but what if we did have fans? What if we just got away with it? Because when the pandemic first started, the WWE, like, in Connecticut or Florida or wherever, they, like, lobbied the local government. So they're like, yeah, well, they counted wrestling as, like, a news source or something so they could keep making their fucking employees come in.
He presented himself
Uh,
as a guy from New
That being said, it was it was worse in the pandemic, but I'm not gonna be like, man, I sure wish we could have fans back because like there's a fucking pandemic. There are bigger things to worry about. Sinister Minister, let's fucking go.
I have been known as Daryl Van Horn in Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Sure your mother's waiting for you in the tool shed.
I was known as James Vandenberg in WCW.
Oops.
He showed me this tape of him doing a match in the streets. I said, you know, I could really do something with you, Canyon.
A match on the street, like literally on the streets.
You into a ring, and the only wrestling
So he's never been.
around here is the one that Fabulous Moolah has.
What's this guy doing? They got Cuphead skin. I noticed it minutes ago, but I didn't say anything.
Moolah was one of the industry's leading power brokers.
Oh, wasn't she the one that had like a whole fucking sex trafficking fiasco? That's one way to put it.
Of a legend.
Oh yeah, cuddly thinking zoomer. That's pretty accurate.
Trained women. I had told him, just keep your mouth shut. Let me do the talking. Let me see if I can bullshit her, get you in the door. She looked at him, she was very impressed. Moolah would run these tiny shows for her students. Mae Young was there, and she would get in there all the time and jump on Canyon in them and stomp the shit out of him, rip big wads of hair out of his head. That, what's going on? This bitch is crazy. She's shooting on me. I'm like,
I'm glad there's a lot of Sinister Minister in this. He's always gonna be over with me.
90s, Canyon catches the attention of World Championship Wrestling and is soon
Also, like, not to defend the WWE, but if there was any wrestling company that I would assume would be the most homophobic, it'd probably be WCW. They're very much like the South, you know? There was a stable of wrestlers who their whole thing was like, oh, rap isn't real music, we like country. And they got over. The audience loved them because that was their fucking audience. Same thing with TNA. TNA, they were like, I think the Voodoo Kin Mafia. And they were supposed to be bad guys, so they came out and like harassed women. But because it was the TNA audience, they're like, yeah, this rocks. So show those broads who's boss, you know, like that shit. I didn't even know. Oh, I'm straight up. Okay, I thought I would have respawned.
time when he was
Damn. Wait, is this like the end?
he went to pack up and go to
Alright, whatever.
Memphis, I believe. I get a phone call and I see it on the caller ID and I'm excited. Christopher Gusarts. I picked it up. Canyon, how are you doing?
I did jump 5 times.
Van, I have something to tell you. Okay, what's that? I had one of those big U-Haul things and my cousins were trying to move it. And Van,
Gay pornography exploded all over the street.
it was like a piñata of gay porn. And I panicked. And they said, Canyon, what the is that? And I said, that's Daryl Van Horn's. He pulls ribs on people. He's a
Hello.
sick He's probably gay himself. I bet it's his.
Race rounds 5 times. Reach round. Wait, what are there new show? No, this is the same shit. Okay.
Okay, so what? He goes, so you need to call my cousin.
Yeah, put me in a main show. Let's do a main shows for now, and then I'll do the rest of them.
Where I couldn't be too obvious, but I had to say, hey, can you get me in touch with Canyon? Because I left some materials with him. And the thing was, I was the only person Canyon told he was gay. And my job was to cover for
That's cool. He also seems very cool about it. It's always nice. Like, it's one thing to see, like, kids and, like, millennials and stuff being down with
the blood runs cold.
the gays and modern acceptance with everything. But it's even better to see, like, old dudes like that. Because it's very rare, you know? Seeing, like, Danny DeVito hang out with, like, Bernie and, like, all...
The coolest mask gimmick ever.
Seeing, especially old-ass wrestlers be like, yeah, gay people are cool. It's like, oh... I don't know. Something about... Oh, they're going to talk about the fucking Mortal Kombat clone? Yeah, this is rip-off Mortal Kombat music.
A
They might explain it, but if not, I'll explain it.
It was a great combination with Vandenberg.
Okay, so there was a wrestler. They're like, oh, Mortal Kombat's popular, so Glacier is basically just a ripoff of Sub-Zero. So, yeah, acceptance is awesome. Yeah, like, not that we should be like, oh, fucking kids are too accepting, but like you expect like Gen Z and stuff to be accepting of all that stuff. But when it's old people, it feels nice, you know. It warms my heart.
Celebrating a great victory or something. I went to turn the car on and it wouldn't start. He started screaming and yelling and cursing at me. I'm Canyon, it's not a big deal. I'll call a taxi, whatever. And he just started increasing it. Anyhow, the car started.
I knew that was happening. I still,
The whole time. He's throwing elbows
Yeah.
in my face, going, you mother, I f***ing hate you, you piece of shit. And just going, what's wrong with you, man?
I think I'm missing some key details.
Parking garage. They actually kicked my passenger door open.
Holy shit.
And he began to kick out every headlight, brake light, jumped up and down on the hood. Totally.
I'm trying to think of other examples, because there are other examples.
Get the f out of here. I hate you. I never want to see you again. If I didn't have a list, I would
Like, even when I
never
was
have
younger,
anything to do with
never
you,
saw anything
'cause I
wrong with
can't
dating the same
do
gender.
all of
I didn't know it was a thing. I found out because of Adventure Time. Because I was, you know, a big fan, and I was talking with the community on the internet. And I'm like, yeah, Finn is like Finn and Bubblegum. That's Endgame. Because that's the only thing I ever knew. And people were like, no, Bubblegum and Marceline should end up together. And not like, oh, you're not allowed to do that. It had never occurred to me. And I'm like, you can't do that. Not because I'm like, you're not allowed. I was just like, but that doesn't make any sense. They're both
You were
girls.
gay back then. You were a bad guy.
Yeah.
You were a heel. You were the guy that you would do the sunset flip and they would pull your pants down. You'd have a thong on. You know what I mean? Like,
Back in those days, it just wasn't as accepted as it is now.
Talking about queer people, and I was like, oh, cool, they exist. Now I'm part of them. Yeah.
How that would be presented.
In fucking, like, it probably ups with my friends, too, of a lot of them being queer to a certain degree, is I just thought, I don't want to say normal, but I guess that's what I thought. I was like, yeah, I'm just normal, fucking whatever. But even when I was a kid, like, I would want to play video games with all my friends, and they'd be, like, talking about girls or whatever. I'm like, but can't we... Regardless of, like, sexuality or whatever, I'm always like, I like kid stuff, and occasionally, and then eventually, my friends grew out of kid stuff. Like, I would watch wrestling, I played Mario and Pokemon and watched cartoons. I like kid stuff, and then I got the Wii U, and all my friends got the new COD game, and then we just stopped hanging out a little bit, and then I was like, let's watch wrestling, or hey guys, let's watch Adventure Time or regular show or whatever, and they're like, we're going to a party because there's girls there, and I'm like, oh, so that no disrespect to the people I did date or did anything with in high school, but it wasn't real. Like, all the stuff I did was just like, well, everyone does this. People date people, so I might as well do it to seem like a teenager. But I didn't like it. I thought I did, because I thought it was important. But when I was actually... I liked the chase. I know that sounds fucking weird and predatory. But as soon as I was with someone, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this commitment. I don't like doing any of this. So when I got out, I'm like, oh, fuck, I might be... It was probably BoJack, actually. I didn't know aromantic was a thing. Then I found that out. And then after, I was like, oh, I'm aromantic. And then I still found a lot of girls attractive. And then more and more, found some guys attractive. And then recently, I'm like, well, maybe I also think guys are attractive. So I don't know if pansexual aromantic is a thing. But I am that. I've been because I was like, maybe I do like guys. And then I've been rewatching Always Sunny recently. And I'm crushing hard. For so long, I would make fun of people on Twitter who were like, oh, they're sipping over JFK from Clone High. He's such a shitty guy who does shitty things. Oh, they just like him because they think he's attractive. And then I watch Always Sunny. I'm like, ooh, but Charlie and Mac are trying so hard. Come on, guys. I know they're bad people, but they're oh, come on. They're just dumb. They're so cute. You know, like that shit. I've become what I hate. But I do. That's probably why I like Charlie Day as Luigi. I just think Charlie Day is cute.
With the thumbs on the Adam's apple.
But yeah, I don't know.
To the point that I blacked out.
I'm not gonna be like
And I started coming to, and I was hearing, you mother, and then he.
I don't even know what's happening over here anymore. Exactly. Yeah. What was I about to say? I know there's a lot of people who are like, "Ooh, pronouns in bio." Like, there's nothing wrong with identifying yourself with people on the internet, and there's nothing wrong with, like, you know, if you are gay, there's likely you're part of the gay community, and you. Oh, I'm in the final 17 or something. Holy shit, I wasn't paying attention. But it probably is a big part of your life. That being said, a lot of people make their sexuality and sometimes like their mental disorders their personality. And I think I hate to say the funny society word, but we as a society have like made this whole sexuality thing streamlined. Like, sexuality is now like, oh, it's the thing you put in your bio, and there needs to be a specific name for everything. Where like I'm just like, I don't know, I don't have a thing, I don't know what I am. But it doesn't matter, you know. I'm not putting my shit on a job application. I like some things sometimes and other things other times. There doesn't need to be scientific words for everything. I understand it though. Like, it helps people understand things that they are, and it helped me understand what I was. But like that we've tried to like linearize and make like a streamline for sexuality, which is an abstract and expressive thing. I don't really vibe with that, you know? I think everyone should just, like, being titled as something isn't as important as actually, like, living it. I don't know. I can't articulate what I mean, but hopefully that's close enough. I don't know.
Fun of me all the time. He would do his DDP impersonation. He was having such a good time with it.
WCW had the money to spend on these guys. Chris probably went from making, you know, $100 a day to making, you know, what, 300, 400, 500 grand a year. He was spending it, but in a good way.
He loved to play Lord Bountiful and put on the best parties.
Fucking, what's his name? The Leonardo DiCaprio, the book, the famous book. The Great Gatsby looking ass, yeah. I think this is the finale. Bubbles will appear in different zones around the internet, jump into them. Oh, score points by jumping into them?
On him, and he completely no-sells it. And one of the girls one night comes over to me and she goes, "I think your friend might be gay." And I told
Yeah,
him
15, okay.
he got really paranoid then. So he had assigned me to make a pornographic video of him that he could show the boys.
What the
as
fuck?
proof that he was straight.
That's Can you guys hear this, by the way?
The whore is the room.
I don't want it to be like me get in trouble with Twitch, but I want you to. There's context.
There about midnight,
Context.
and he never showed
If you can't, he just said he asked his friend to help him make a sex tape to prove he's not gay, so he can show the video to everyone else in the back.
We followed his script, and the girl was wearing the mortis.
I don't know. I just feel comfortable using a label, but if people go on label, hold on. There's a lot of interesting things in the chat. I just want to. I have to grab a funny little bubble first.
And then you could see him start getting furious.
There we go. I don't know. I just feel comfortable using a label, but if people go unlabeled, that's cool too. Whatever you like. Again, never had a problem with LGBT people, even when I was younger, and never fully grasped things. In fact, I'm bisexual, and not gonna lie, I feel really happy about that. Words. I cannot read.
The things that led to me getting choked. However,
I like this. I like fostering a community like this.
pistol under the pillow.
It makes me feel good because, like, I've never been someone that cares about like tokenism or like representation is important, but and a lot of people used forced diversity as a thing to just mean, oh, women exist. But there are people that like that
4 pieces of Charlie Brown.
what's the word? In
I've had enough of this shit.
disingenuous representation, I guess what I would call it. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, we need a gay person or whatever. That being said, you get your YouTube analytics, and it's 100% male. And I'm not like, well, we got to make content for women, because what is content for women? That's like everyone likes the same content. But it like, if it's no women watch the content, what does that mean about us, right? Like, does that mean that people like we're not like women friendly or something? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It just like for me, it makes me feel weird that there are, women don't like our content for whatever reason. So it makes me feel good that the guys that do are mostly gay or, female to male transitioning. So even if it was like, well, we could at least make, foster a safe community for that. Oh, I should have went the other way, huh?
Pulls him aside and said, "You have really adjusted well here. We have
Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have dove. Why did I do that? Oh, my God. All right, well,
a tag champion and
it's going well, and then it's not going well. I need to put a line in the middle. All right, well, now he's in the WWE, and I think shit's going to get fucky.
I mean, I thought it was gonna shine, but it's like anything.
This is the strat, Spend as much time jumping as you can to save yourself time and save yourself platforms. Except when there's people behind you or doing shit like that.
He would spend 2 or 3 days sitting on the floor, stacking
Uh-oh.
and restacking papers. I'd say, "What are you doing?" "I'm working on my taxes."
What
He wasn't
is-
working on his taxes.
What are these guys doing? Why? Why? Okay, well, you fucked me for the last time. I got so close, too. If just one more person fell, but I still would have been eliminated, but I would have been eliminated last.
For 6 and 7 days after he's invited me there, I'd just be sitting.
These guys are coming out on the wire.
days and days and days.
Uh-oh. Damn, by like a second.
Understand depression. I would say, "What the do you have to be depressed about?
I sometimes worry someone I watch is a bad person. I'll enjoy what they make, then all of a sudden I find out they said four slurs, assaulted a woman, and kicked a dog." Yeah.
Everybody loves me. I don't
I'll tell you straight out, because I always bring this up because I think it'll help other younger people or help other people understand how you get someone on your side. Where, like, because I was raised by the internet and, like, pretty much everything I did correlated with YouTube, in 2016 when YouTube was very edgy and I was a preteen, I was a teenager, I was like, I'll say the N-word, it's very funny, and I said it all the time, like, legitimately all the time. There's no video content of that, but it is something and I don't have to, like, say, like, oh, I did this, but I bring it up because it's important to note that, like, I look back at high school, like me doing that, as well as I look back at every other cringy thing I did in high school, as that's a fucking cringy kid, and I'm not like that, and I don't ever want to be like that. But I went to, like, a conservative Christian school, and it's gonna sound weird, but, like, we had a couple people of color at the school, but I imagine because they were just, like, afraid, weren't allowed to, like, talk about issues or, like, speak out, so there was no, like, pushback on racism. So, as a kid, it's, you don't understand the empathy aspect of it. You were just told, you are not allowed to say this. It's not, later down the line, what changed in my head was I realized, oh, it's not that you're not allowed to say this. It's that I had never experienced or seen what you feel when you hear that, I didn't worry about the people aspect. All I knew was that I wasn't allowed to say that. And when you're a fucking teenager and they say you're not allowed to do this, you're immediately like, oh, I'm gonna fucking do this because you said I'm not allowed to. So I think, like, when you see people trying to be edgy on the internet, sometimes it's just, like, adults, and they're, like, a fucking lost cause. But if you see kids being edgy on the internet, the best thing to say to them, and I always say this, just tell them, oh, you're gonna grow out of it. Because edgy kids on the internet, what they want is to upset you. If you are any marginalized group or anything they don't agree with, their goal is to piss you off. So when they say something offensive and you're like, hey, fucking knock that off, they're like, oh, I won because I annoyed them. What they don't want to do, they want to be respected and feared and treated like they're adults. So if someone says something edgy or, like, racist and you say, oh, you'll grow out of it, they'll fucking melt down. They don't know how to respond to that. And that's the best way. Like, honestly, I know there's a lot of, and I get it, like, it's no one's responsibility to reach an olive branch to someone who's racist and get them on their side. Like, that's not your job. That being said, a lot of those people, they just don't understand empathy or compassion. And if you show them legitimately what other people are feeling, then they may very well change their mind. I know I did. So I bring it up because hopefully there are other kids, if they are edgy and watch my content, they're like, hey, you can, you can still turn it around, you can grow out of it. just understand that it actually affects people, because I didn't understand that it actually affected people. All right, let's play more Fall Guys. I'm sorry, that was a long tangent.
Canyon claimed to me at first.
That is, I think,
Office was
I don't think we need to watch any more of this, because this is just, because that's like, we're not really paying attention to that. Let me close out of this also. I never, dude, like whenever I'm, yeah, exactly, like right now I'm saying dude and like, when I'm doing a bit, I sound like a deranged lunatic. I think that is the most well articulated I have ever spoken on stream. Because it was something I was passionate about, I suppose. Alright, time to fix the audio. But I'm not racist. That's a good way to, I can confirm that. Well, I don't know. I'm not saying, well, I don't know, because, like, well, I don't know, maybe I might be racist. But, like, that's not really up to me to decide, I guess. I have no hate in my heart for anyone. But that's the other thing, is a lot of people who, like, said, in conclusion, not racist. Yeah. There's a lot of people that, like, did the same thing I did, and they're like, oh, it wasn't racist because I'm not actually racist. I was just doing it to be edgy. That being, like, me doing that wasn't because I hated a certain group of people. I also wanted to be edgy. That doesn't mean it wasn't racist. I wasn't racist. That doesn't mean I wasn't engaging in racist activity. It's cringy. I did a lot of cringy stuff in high school, and I lump that in with the rest of the cringy shit I did. I also told a girl I liked I was gonna kill myself because it made her worry about me, and that was those were the toxic relationships I harbored because I liked people paying attention to me. But it's all, I can talk about this because it's all, you know, that's not my life anymore. That's not me anymore, you know? If I was the same person I was in high school, I would be miserable and I would be a dick. Yeah, I hope that everyone is comfortable here and comfortable with me, because I've been not souring on the streaming thing, but I'm like, is this like, what am I doing really? Because I was really into Germa, and then I haven't been watching him a lot recently, and I was feeling down today, and I'm like, I'm just stressed out. I'm gonna watch some Germa, and he immediately makes me feel better, and I want to be that for some people. I know because of COPA, where they're like, you can't admit your marketing to kids or whatever, or be like, oh, there's a lot of negative stereotypes about, oh, if you want kids to watch your content, that must mean you're trying to scam them or steal their money, or you're a predator or whatever. I want to be what people were to me when I was a kid, where I would have a shitty day at school, and then after school I would ride the bus home and watch the new episode of fucking The Creature Hub or Game Grumps or Oni Plays, and that would be my day. When I was shitty, I was having a shitty time, I was miserable, I wasn't talking to anyone. I remember what episodes I watched on what days because it was keeping me going. I want to be that for some kid, you know, or for some group of kids. I want to be like, not a role model, because I don't think you should model your life after me, and I don't think your dream should be this unless you're very passionate about it, because it isn't easy. But I want to be a bright spot. I want to be fucking comfort content. I don't know. I want people to feel safe and welcome and relaxed with my content, and also be able to laugh, you know? I don't know. If I say something serious and then say I don't know after it, I immediately deflect all of it, and I no longer have to take responsibility. But that's true. I do feel like all of that stuff still. I ain't got anything to say. I'm just like, hell yeah, I'm listening. That's fine. I said a bunch of stuff, and then I look at the chat. I'm like, oh, did I lose them? I think I fucked up. Which is fair. But yeah. As long as everyone feels comfortable here, then I'm fine, you know? There are occasionally shitty people that show up in the chat. They're like, hey, you need to pay attention to me. You know, this is about me. I'm never gonna change what I'm doing or what I am for other people. That being said, I wouldn't want to do something that would make people feel uncomfortable or unwelcome, because that is never the case. We do say a lot of, oh god, I'm dead, huh? Yeah, okay. And that's I think some of the risks of just transferring your friend group into a YouTube channel, where the stuff that's okay in your friend group, it may not be okay with other people that watch. But like, you know, we throw around the fag word a lot but most of the boys are queer to some degree. A decent amount of them have autism, so we throw around shit like that because we're not offended by it and we find it okay. And then we started uploading stuff like that, and we're like, oh, maybe other people won't find this okay. It's really on a person-to-person basis. That's a lot of people talk about, like, oh, you know, oh, cancel culture ruining everything. I have no problem with people being held accountable. I do, however, have a problem with the fact that we have made offensiveness objective, where being offended is a strong emotion, and we have made it like there's like a fucking barometer now, where it's not this is offensive, it's this is a lot of people find this offensive, you know? Because sometimes you're gonna find stuff offensive that most people say isn't offensive, you know? But it's on a person-to-person basis. Alternatively, you can find things not offensive that other people do find offensive. Yeah, I'm not. This is gonna sound, because it's gonna be taken out of context. This is gonna sound like, well, whatever. I don't find it offensive, so I'm okay with it. No, I just think that making offensiveness a baseline, or making it objective instead of subjective, because it is subjective, isn't doing anyone any favors. My experience with the social movement, the social justice movement, for a long time was strictly just on the internet. So I was like, okay, well, this is offensive to this group, this is offensive to this group. And then I moved here, and I have all my roommates are people of color. And I would hear something offensive, like, to one of the groups that they happen to be in because of the color of their skin, and I'm like, don't you find that offensive? They're like, no. I'm like, but you should find that offensive. So in reality, my not being I tried so hard to not be racist that I generalized a group of people by their ethnicity, that's literally what that is. I went too hard in the opposite direction. So I think offensiveness is on a person-to-person basis. I have no problem with people being held accountable for their shitty actions. I just don't. And there's nothing wrong with you finding things offensive that other people don't find offensive, and vice versa. I just don't think it should be objective, I guess. I don't know. There was no real point to me saying that, and I have to, you know, I can't really say these things, because, I mean, I don't find anything offensive, but I have had, you know, as far as, like, privilege goes, I'm out. Oh, I respawned. As far as privilege goes, you know, I'm fucking, what struggles have I had to deal with, you know? Mainly just, like, mental health stuff, but that's, like, I don't want to say not as important, because it definitely is, but, like, as far, I don't know, I don't want to do the fucking oppression Olympics shit, like, oh, you've had it worse than me, or I've had it worse than you, but, like, I am in no position to tell people what is and isn't offensive, but nobody is in any position to do that. That's why I think it should be objective, or subjective, sorry. But there was no real point to that, aside from me going on a tangent. It's a very heated stream today. Yeah, I do think that is like a kind of reoccurring phenomenon, yeah, of people trying, oh my god, I lost. Yeah, I was close. Of trying so hard to not be racist that it loops around to being racist. Fall Guys and talking about world issues, yeah. It's not even like, I guess it is issues, but it's more of just my opinions on things, because I don't have the apt to tackle very big issues. I can always have opinions on things. I don't think I'm ever gonna, like, I know it's such a defeatist mindset, because that's what gets people not voting and stuff, you know, like, oh, well, we already lost, what's the point of voting? It's like, well, no, you should vote. But I don't think there's legit. I can do little things and make as many people feel as comfortable and welcome as I can. But for bigger things, there's not much I can do about it. So I do all I can, but I'm not gonna change the world. I do what I can, you know. But I'm not like a fuck. Oh right, I lost. I'm not like a fucking martyr. Me being accepting of people should not be like my god. The objection? No, that's not right. I am doing the bare minimum, and I should not be rewarded for doing the bare minimum, you know? I'm just... This is what everyone should be doing. Yeah, sometimes people will use representation as a shield, and because of there's so many things where I agree with a certain group, but because the group goes about, or no, some people in that group, I believe people can be held accountable if they haven't done anything to change or apologized. However, when it comes to people purposefully trying to ruin someone's reputation over past mistakes that they've learned from or just misunderstanding, I don't think it's fair. Yeah, absolutely. It's not productive. It doesn't help. It's like like I said before, you know, it's not anyone's job to extend an olive branch to racists, you know. That's not their burden to bear. But it's almost like people don't want them on their side. I do think, like, and again, like, a lot of people on the right say the same thing, and I don't like agreeing with them because they say it for, like, bad faith reasons. But there are a lot of people that use acceptance as, like, makes them better, you know? Like, I'm more accepting than you, I'm less problematic, therefore I am better than you, kind of thing. And it's too many people use shit like that to make themselves feel better. And that's why, for a while, like, when I was super into the fucking, I shouldn't start it with fucking because that makes it seem like I'm downplaying it. When I was going to all the protests and stuff, summer 2020, and I was big on the BLM stuff, there would be people I would follow, and they wouldn't say anything. I'm like, why aren't they saying anything? They should be saying something. But now it's not. I don't feel like that at all, because a lot of people will make an issue, like, they're like, well, I have to say something about this issue because people obviously have to hear what I have to say. But no, so many people make issues about themselves, especially, like, the worst example is when it's on Twitter. Like, if you're like, I'm here to elevate, you know, black voices, but you do that by tweeting when Twitter has a built-in, but they have a built-in feature, retweeting, which is you literally get other people's tweets and just boost them up to your followers. So if, like, I could talk about offensiveness and stereotypes and racism and all that shit all I want, you know, but I don't experience it. I imagine if there's a black person talking about racism, they know more than me because they have to deal with it more. So if I'm gonna fucking shut up and let them talk. If there's a big issue happening and it doesn't involve me to a certain degree, I'm not gonna be like, well, people need to hear what I think about this issue. My job is to be like, hey, you should listen to this person. This person knows what they're fucking talking about. There's a lot of political ideologies, I believe, because I know other people, like, you know, just changing up the way we do things in general. And I'm not great in arguments, so people would always was like, okay, well, what do you suggest we do? And I'm like, I don't know. There are people smarter than me that are more qualified to, you know, figure this out. I'm not going to pretend like I'm the smartest voice in the room or the most, you know, experienced, because I'm not. If there's someone more experienced than me, I'm more inclined to believe them and listen to what they're saying. You know, it's not about me. There's a lot of people that use, try and cancel other people, not because they legitimately care and, like, they're legitimately offended, but it's just about a person they don't like, or they feel superior to that person, you know? There's a lot of companies that use representation as a shield so that you can't criticize them and then feed you shitty stuff. So, oh my god, when the most political thing I cared about was the Ghostbusters movie. The female Ghostbusters is just not a good movie because it's not a good movie. But there's two sides that I don't agree with either. Is my shit not centered? That's weird. There's two sides I don't agree with at all. One saying, you should watch this movie and enjoy it regardless because it has women in it. And the other group saying, this movie is bad because it has women in it. And that's what they want, you know? It's all like it's a fucking marketing thing. They didn't do it because they think they're the most qualified. They did it because they knew people would talk about it. And I understand, right? You don't bite the hand that feeds. If you're fucking locked in a dungeon and you haven't been fed for months, and then somebody comes in with fucking dirt and they're like, here, eat this dirt, you're not gonna be like, hey, can I have something better? Because you've been starved for months. If you're starved of representation, you take whatever you can get. My problem is, like, there's a lot of, let's use Ghostbusters as an example, women that will defend that movie and be like, oh, what, you hate representation? If they treat people who don't like the movie as the enemy, when in reality, they are the ones being treated shittily. I agree with you. There should be good representation. But this company making this movie, it is not our job to pretend the movie is good. It is the people making the movie. You know, if they legitimately care about representation, they are feeding you shit and then making you enjoy it because you have to. You should feel upset. You know, if you're a woman and you care about women in film representation and Ghostbusters came out and it sucked, you should not. You should feel upset because this director owes you a better movie. You know, you are owed better representation. You should feel as upset as I am about the movie, you know? Not that that's a bad example because I didn't care much for that movie. I mean, care for quality-wise, but also I'm not like a Ghostbusters fan. I never even seen the originals till after I saw the remake or the reboot, I guess. But I don't know. People deserve better representation, and you shouldn't let these people using your representation as a marketing scheme get away with it. You should demand better representation from them, and it should not go on the people to pretend the movie is good. Uh-oh. Fuck you. Cuddly thinking zoomer. Dude, that's literally, you know, I'm changing the title. This is the cuddly thinking zoomer stream now. Oh, I should change it to playing Fall Guys, huh? Yeah. I don't think I spelled that right, but whatever. Anything else people want to talk about? Drop some shit on me, and I'll just go off. I do think it really helps being close to people like that, because when my closest friends are non-binary and pan, it makes me feel more invested, I guess, when other people have similar issues, and when people very close to me only come out to me. Sometimes I forget the female Ghostbusters movie exists, and when people mention it, my brain lags behind. Yeah. Oh my god. For so long, I still love the Rey, Luke, Kylo plot in The Last Jedi, but I defended the shitty parts of The Last Jedi, which is the rest of the movie. It's 1/3 good movie. The Poe stuff and the Finn stuff and the Casino Planet is really fucking boring and dumb. But I defended that for so long because so many of the people criticizing the movie were like, Luke would never do this, or why is Rey so strong? And that made me like overcorrect and be like, no, this whole movie's fantastic. When in reality, only 1/3 of the movie is fantastic. Didn't AVGN get in some shit for the female Ghostbusters reboot or something? Yeah. He said, I know I'm already not going to like this movie, so I'm not going to review it. I don't think it wasn't about the women thing, but it became about the women thing. And I think this is where I don't understand the shit because of Star Wars. Oh, sorry. Last Jedi was a movie that was, you know, when I say a movie's okay, it normally means it is all around okay. But if we're doing like percentage grades, it would be a passing grade, because I really, really love, I'm talking fantastic, when my favorite Star Wars stories love 1/3 of that movie. But I don't know, in good conscience, I could say the movie is fantastic if I only like 1/3 of it. So there are 3 plots in that movie. 3 of them are good. No, 1 of them is good and 2 of them are bad. The good one involves a strong woman character. And a lot of the people criticizing the movie were like, this strong woman character sucks. So I overcorrected it. I'm like, oh, this entire movie is fantastic. When in reality, only like 1/3 of it is. And she's not even that strong. Like, in Star Wars, fucking... It's not that objective, like, compared to other characters, not that strong. And Star Wars has done way dumber things. Way more dumb things. It's a movie. Correct. Star Wars is a movie. It's a meme, you dip. Yeah, What was I saying? Yeah. AVGN said I'm not gonna review this movie because already know I'm not gonna like it ahead of time, which I think more people should do probably. But people thought it was about the woman thing. I think Lindsay Ellis went after him, which I still like her. I think she was Gamergate. I don't know. There was a whole fucking thing. Anti-SJW movements were huge on the internet. It was a whole fucking war. It was miserable. So many people were nostalgic for that era of YouTube, and I don't understand it. It was miserable for everyone. It's the same thing if people would be like, oh, why can't we go back to the 50s, you know? Oh, I loved it. Everyone was miserable in the 50s. Legit, everyone fucking hated their wives. Most of them were gay. People were beating each other. Kids were getting beat. Everyone was miserable in the 50s. All right? It's not cute. Am I in the finale now? I'm just kind of fucking shit posting my way through this. That's why I stay in my own little internet bubble with my friends. Yeah, I think there's... As soon as you separate the real world and the internet and stop taking the internet seriously, it becomes a lot more fun. I very much enjoy Twitter. I know a lot of people hate Twitter, but when I see someone saying something dumb on Twitter, I don't think, oh shit, these people are real. If I see and Twitter's like a zoo, you know, seeing someone say something dumb or offensive or shitty on Twitter, it's like I'm walking past the monkey exhibit and there's a monkey throwing shit and I'm like, haha, look at that monkey, you know? I love monkeys are funny and great. I love Twitter because you see batshit takes and insane shit all the time on it, and it's fantastic. Why did I jump? Okay, this is gonna be hard, I think. I'm out. I slipped a ice physics. I flew a little bit close to the sun. But it's also nice to find very small communities that, like, you fit into. Because there's a lot of... I'm supposed to support other small channels, but there's so many channels that are, like, around 100 subs, and I try and watch their content. I'm like, I do not like this. But there are some things that are very, like, small, like... I got back into Skylanders because I was nostalgic, and, like, the biggest Skylanders channel that isn't, like, a fucking 3 a.m. call Baldi's Basics toy review, let's play with slime channel, has, like, 1.8K, and they're, like, the most popular, and I still watch, like, a bunch of their content. It's very specific subgroups, but as much as Twitter's getting up to become, like, the second closest, and now Twitch also, but I don't watch as much Twitch as I record or stream, but YouTube's always been the main thing. That was like the first website I encountered when I was little, and I grew up with it, and I changed and evolved with it as it went along with me. And I spend about, I say 90% of my day on YouTube. I've been trying to watch, because I watch a lot of stuff for background noise, or just watch a lot of content. And I've noticed that do I need to watch the rest of it? I might as well. That I've been watching more content about movies and video games than actually watching movies and playing video games. So I'm streaming more often now so that I can play more video games. And I've been trying to watch a whole season of a different show every day. I didn't watch anything today. 3 days ago, I started and finished Invincible. Day after that, I started and finished Elliot from Earth. I watched more Always Sunny yesterday. I didn't watch anything today because I was very busy. Maybe after this, I'll watch some more stuff. I do want to watch this wrestling event and the Dark Side of the Ring, but I feel like there's probably some stuff we have to pay attention to. I actually got pretty far. I don't know how. Can I buy anything at the shop? Let's see. But yeah, I know people are like, oh, you're fucking safe space, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. 4,500, 3,000. Is this fucking okay? 6,000, 7,000. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I need to watch movies. I'm trying. How many movies have I watched this year? When the year first started and I realized, like, I got an Oculus for Christmas, I realized I could have my desktop screen be like a movie theater, because I love movie theaters, but I haven't been able to because of the pandemic. So I bought, like, popcorn buckets and made popcorn, and I was eating popcorn pretending I was in a movie theater. I watched fucking Tron. I watched Taxi Driver. When I moved out here, we tried watching more movies. I watched Reservoir Dogs. We watched Poltergeist a couple months back. What else? The new Suicide Squad. We watched the Space Jam. Free Guy. What movies did I watch this year? Watched the new Candyman movie last night, and it was okay. Cool. My mom wants to see Dear Evan Hansen when I go back home for a week, and I've heard only terrible things, so I sure hope it's fucking sucks. What else? What have I watched this year? There's a lot of shows I started this. It's definitely more shows than movies, but I'm trying to think of movies. I don't know. I watched Isle of Dogs. I feel like I'm missing stuff. I feel like maybe that is the only movies Oh, Mortal Kombat, Godzilla vs. Kong. I love HBO Max, by the way. I'm not sponsored. I wish I was, but Netflix was my most used thing. And maybe it's because I'm actually paying for HBO Max, but it's the one I watch the most. All my favorite shit is on HBO Max. It's my favorite. It's fantastic. The Fear Street trilogy is good. What is that? Tell me about that. See, I was doing math to see if I could buy all the things on the shop. I don't think I can. This does make me feel good, by the way, doing this, especially like I said before, the content of like, oh, some kid on the bus watching content making them feel better, because that's what I did. And it's nice to, especially some of you who, I don't remember who it was that said it. It's like, oh yeah, I think it was maybe it was the patron who was like, yeah, I don't watch any Twitch, I come here to watch you guys. And by you guys, it's a Netflix movie trilogy is based on R.L. Stein, Fear Street books, bloody as hell, and the story is cool. Epic! Oh, you know what? I gotta get more in the Halloween mood. I should watch fucking more Goosebumps. This got me thinking about Goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps. Because like the channel is still like mostly my work, and I do, all the work, but the channel still consists of a group of people. When people specifically come to the stream and like, yeah, I do this, basically I come here for you, which I don't know. I'm not good with emotions or expressing them because I was emotionally stunted at a young age. But it makes me feel good, swell. Someone legitimately like in the chat was like, yeah, oh, this brightens up my day. Like I love watching these. I can't fucking express anything that involves genuine emotions with me, I can talk about other shit all I want. But I'm not even going to try. I just appreciate you guys being here all the time, That's the best I can say about it. The further you go, the more bloody it gets. But a singular dead dog. I don't want to see that. I do like R.L. Stein, though. I didn't read any of the books. I wasn't much of a reader kid, and I still am not. But Goosebumps, the show, very nostalgic for, even though I was terrified of it. And now it's hilarious rewatching it. There were some others. He did like a different show, or he did a movie. Don't think it. The Pee Pee Poo Poo Man. Well, I'll have to check that out. Fear Street? Yeah. It gives me goo. Let's play some fucking. What's the song? Neil Cicierega, Goosebumps. You guys know Neil Cicierega, and if you don't, whatever. Oh wait, am I still in this? I gotta fix my audio. The info. Me. Me goosebumps. Goosebumps. You're in for a scare. This is the artist behind Two Trucks Having Sex. I think, yeah. Monster Blood 2. No! Every time. Me goosebumps. 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 This dude rocks. I love Neil. I remember vividly a Goosebumps episode where some guy put on lotion that turns him into a dog. That's Harry Larry. That's, what's it called? My Hairiest Adventure. Great one. He, Ooh. Ryan Murphy. That name also seems familiar. Yeah, the one that scared me as a kid was Say Cheese and Die 2. The one where the guy takes a picture, and in that picture he becomes fat. So he becomes fat in real life. What the fuck? It probably says something about me that and the Santa Claus I was afraid of. I was afraid of people being forcefully turned into stuff, but a lot of times they were turned into creatures or monsters. But two of the things I was afraid of was when a character was just turned fat. So I don't know what that says about me, that being fat a little bit is like one of my most terrifying fears. I did eat a decent amount today, which is good. I don't ever not eat on purpose. I'm never that hungry, so I eat like a meal a day. I don't really care that much about my appearance, you know. The look I like having is the look where I'm comfortable and just look like a fucking trash guy. That's probably why I'm attracted to Charlie. But, I don't know. If we're getting personal, for a long time, because my parents split, my dad seemed like the bad one, like he was the shitty parent. And then when you move away from both of them, you don't live with either, you realize that they are both shitty in their own different ways, you know, different toxicity. My sister's probably got the worst of it. The first thing my mom said to me when I got off the plane on my first visit home, because she missed me a lot, and she didn't say like, oh, I miss you, I love you. The first thing she said was, you gained weight, which I didn't think would affect me, but it did. And now I don't know. I got a real fucked up brain. There's also one where a girl was turned into a chicken for some reason. I know that was one of the books because I remember seeing the cover. I don't think it was one of the episodes they made. Dude, but that fucking show, all-star cast. You know, Ryan Gosling was in an episode. Hayden Christensen was in an episode. Some other Canadian actor, probably. I probably should have dove. I can still make it. Goosebumps. Again, like if I went to like a therapist or just talking to any normal person, there's no way I would open up this much. But when I'm making a video or on stream, I'll tell you guys fucking anything. I got nothing to hide. I vent a lot more here, and I imagine someday down the line it's going to get me in trouble or going to upset someone or something. But I'm gonna talk about my life experiences. Sometimes shitty things happen, and I'm gonna bring them up. Goosebumps. I think I do better in Fall Guys when I'm not paying attention to Fall Guys, so I just need stuff to distract me. Ooh. I didn't do this thing. I do this because of the whatever. It's not. I'm not. I'm not even gonna try to explain. Yeah, this I need to not focus on. You would think I would need to focus on it, but I don't. I don't need to not. I do not. No, I need to not focus on it. I knew what I meant. I think maybe I should just try watching the fucking Canyon episode and see if it gets taken down or not. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what you said, but hell yeah. Sure. I'll drink to that. Is my audio good, or is it just not zoning out? Oh, fuck. Why did I do that? Should probably actually listen to the stream just in case. Good. Should probably actually listen to the stream just in case. I sound fine. Goosebumps. Yeah, I can't drink yet. I can't either. I have, and because, you know, everyone under 21 drinks, it doesn't, like, whatever. I'm not going to be like, oh, I should make it a secret. But I don't like drinking at all. I think I've tried a bunch of drinks. Beer's fucking gross. I hate how all of it tastes. I don't like the feeling of being drunk. And I don't like, if doing something like that makes you more confident and gets you out of your shell and makes you less nervous, that's fine. The only problem is I knew a lot of people in high school that could not have fun without it. Where, like, I'm the kind of guy who was like, if I'm at a party, I'm like, let's fucking play Smash Bros. Where they're like, oh, let's play beer pong, you know? Let's play flip cup. What do you mean have fun? We have to drink and then we can have fun. It's exhausting. And it made me go in the opposite direction where, like, well, I don't want to be like those fucking people. You have to drink to have fun? That's annoying. I accidentally drank beer when I was 7 and never again. Yeah, I did too. I drank, it was like my grandpa had a drink of like, oh, water, but it was like white wine or something. I didn't hate the wine they gave to us at church when I went, but that's probably super watered down. I'm a soda guy, and I'm not going to get on my high horse and be like, well, alcohol, bad liver, because I drink an obscene amount of soda, and I'm going to have kidney stones and diabetes, and I'm going to die. It's fucking whatever. I don't care. I'm not going to pretend like my life choices are any better than anyone else's, because they're not. I make terrible life choices. Nobody should follow my lead. That being said, I think it's annoying. Confidence is one thing, but needing to drink to have fun is sad and bad and annoying and stupid. Soda is amazing. Absolutely. This is the third can I had today, and I'm probably gonna have another one after this. How long have I been going for? Not even halfway through, so I'm definitely gonna get another can at some point. It will kill me, but I'll enjoy it. Let's do one more of these, and then we'll watch the Canyon Dark Side of the Ring for a little bit. Because how much trouble could I really get into, you know? It's free promotion. Maybe I will stay on the Fall Guys home screen, but still listen to... No, because that wouldn't even really matter, would it? Because they target the audio, I guess. Let me check on other streams to see if other people have done this. I didn't spell any of that right. The game's happening, huh? Yep. I was not. Probably got 2 cavities from sodas after I drank 2 after getting them fed, which is probably bad. When I came down here, I'm like, man, my teeth kind of... Every time I eat anything sweet, my teeth hurt, and it sucks. Then I went to a dentist, and they gave me like 6 fillings, which I think meant I had 6 or 8 cavities. And I'm like, okay, all my shit's fixed now. And now sometimes my teeth hurt again when I eat sweets, and I'm like, oh, no. But what is the risk, really? Like, I know other stuff, it's like, oh, you're gonna... If you keep doing this, you're gonna lose this. Or if you keep doing this, you're gonna... But, like, as long as I keep getting my cavities drained and fillings, it doesn't matter. Like, obviously, it makes you... It's like an insurance thing. It's more expensive. But is there actually, like... I know if you don't go to the dentist for a long time, you could, like, lose your teeth. But if I just treat my teeth like shit and then keep getting them drilled. Like, what is the downside of that? Obviously, getting them drilled is irritating, and then the Novocaine didn't work all the way, so it was very uncomfortable. But, like, what are the long-term effects of that? Is there anything that I should be concerned about? Because I don't think so. I think they can just drain... I'm gonna fall. I am a fall guy, after all. I'm pretty sure I just keep getting cavities and then keep getting them drilled with fillings. Right? If there is a worse possibility, I would like to know what it is, just in case. Any dental experts in the chat? Neither of these seem very stable. Here we go. Yeah, balance it out. Oh, fuck off. You know, bring her back down. I don't think I've ever lost this before. I think it's a possibility that I could lose this one. Yeah, I did lose it. It's over. Damn. The possibility is true. Well, I'm not watching this then. Gonna head out now, have a fun stream. I will. You know, just to spite you all, have a terrible stream from now on. But I appreciate you guys being here. This is definitely like the most. I don't know. I like it. Again, I can't articulate shit. This was nice though. My mom was always like, if you drink a soda, you're going to fucking lose your teeth and explode. And I'm still. I lived, bitch. Yeah, but like. Cavities are bad. I get that. But let me look this up. I hit the caps lock. What? I keep hitting the G. Happens when you can get like gingivitis or something. Get too many concussions, you die. Cavities don't just go away on their own. If you ignore a cavity, one bad cavity will lead to a second cavity. Before long, decay of the tooth will widen and deepen. This will make you more prone to brittle teeth, leaving them possibility of cracking and breaking. Yeah, but this is if you don't treat a cavity. It seems like tooth decay is like the bad thing, but it's when you go it untreated. If I have to keep getting my teeth drilled every year, I don't know. That's not great, but I'll take it, you know? Restoring your yeah, these are basically just like, oh, you get a cavity and then you get it drilled. I need to know if anyone watched Dark Side of the Ring on stream and if they got in trouble for it or not. Well, this was 3 days ago, and this one was on YouTube though. Goosebumps. I don't know. I think maybe I can. But this one was. The thing is, the one they're watching was the one that was posted on YouTube, right? So that's already not much of an issue. This one is not. I feel like. Let me look more into this. Canyon. I'll look up specifically Canyon, you know? The woke left pins WW. What the fuck? Canyon watch along. Here we go. This is what I want to do. Well, I mean, this guy's got a lot of view. I don't know. Oh, these are just Canyon matches, though. Is it?
Oh my god.
These are just Canyon matches.
Wow.
11 hours ago.
W Nitro.
All right. Stop talking. You're blowing it for us. I gotta know. I gots to know. I don't want you guys left out. The Hunt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause now I'm invested. I want to watch the rest of it. You know, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to make it so you guys can hear it, and we will stay here on the Fall Guys title screen, and then we will. Teeny tiny little corner down there. Just a fucking tiny one, you know? Little fucking little one. I don't want the displays. I need the specific, I need the specific window. I'd probably do window capture then. Mick in the corner. Window capture. No, that's not at all what I want. It's gonna cover the Streamlabs though. Okay, here's what we'll do. Yeah. Display captured, fucking second monitor, and then we'll make it big over here. I'm going to wait for it to appear on stream, and we will see. All right, this is full screen. How tiny is that? That's pretty fucking tiny. And now we will, let's go back a little bit because I missed some shit.
Bring Canyon out just to kill him like that.
Again, still back a little more.
Didn't understand depression. I would say, what the do you have to be depressed about? You're on WWE, you're in movies, you got.
Let me know if you can't hear it or something.
Didn't articulate it to me further than, you don't know what it's like to be in my head. You think everybody loves me. I don't think they do. And he got hurt. He got his shoulder injured, and he was worried that he was going to get fired.
You build a program and then you get hurt. It's really hard to come back from.
He took steroids for one of the few times I was ever aware of it.
That's most of the shit that happens.
His injury.
There's something my dad will watch. Dark Side of the Ring is very interesting. Even if you don't like wrestling, I think, weirdly enough, I think it's going to get more people into wrestling because there's a ton of shady shit that happens in professional wrestling.
They would let him go.
But yeah, like, because if you're not on TV, people aren't thinking about you and you're not going to make money. So you gotta work through your fucking injuries and take a bunch of painkillers and get addicted to different types of drugs.
Will get his career back on track.
He had told me he was going to be at SmackDown, and he had a role, a big one. There was a moment for him to be involved with two huge names in industry. The Undertaker, who was very high on Chris, thought Chris had a lot of potential, and Paul Heyman, who's presenting The Undertaker with a gift.
Sent to the Undertaker in a box.
Whenever WWE came to town in Southern California, we were at the shows, no matter what. I remember Chris was hiding in a giant, of course in pro wrestling, a giant present.
At some point, Canyon was
It's a dark side of what my dad watches, yeah. I also watch professional wrestling.
dressed as Boy George and singing "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?" and he was told to do it with a lisp.
Do you really wanna make me cry?
Boy,
Do you really wanna hurt me?
Oh my god. And we're like, oh my god, it's Canyon! Because we were such Canyon fans. We're just popping from our seats. We're like, holy, we didn't know he was gonna be here.
Make me cry.
His brother love when you need him.
But then he just got destroyed, right?
Welcome back to the WWE.
It was really violent.
It's always
And I
fun.
remember, like, I was smart to the business even. I remember thinking to myself, like, this is terrible.
I
Why did they
mean,
bring Canyon out just to kill him like that.
are these chair shots even more dangerous than what they normally do? I don't think
It was like a
so.
chair shot to the head or something? It was like a terrible chair shot to the head.
Because he didn't, like, brutalize him.
He had never done anything like that. Just out of the blue, one day he comes out and is
Did they figure out he was gay?
Somebody found something out or heard something or said, let's put this guy to task. And it's a bullying WWE trick. Why else would you do that? I think that really did hurt him.
To this day, I'm not going to buy it that they wanted to humiliate him. Sorry. WWE is not going to have someone trained to come back for a year to humiliate him on national TV. That's not going to happen. It just didn't work out creatively.
And then he started being depositioned, pushed down a card.
You know who's better than Kane? I want to know. Tell me, please. Everybody! Woo! Yeah!
This happens a lot of times in the WWE.
That's not beneath the WWE though. Just like humiliate someone and then bury them. They do that all the fucking time.
So they let him go.
Canyon claimed to me at first that the office was punishing him for being gay. But then he told me later that was all bullshit.
A knee injury, a shoulder injury. He can't get back on track.
And he was just using it as an ace in the hole to cover his ass if he ever had to sue them. And he became what I guess you call in literature an unreliable narrator. I couldn't tell what was true and what wasn't. But you know, Canyon
Orlando Jordan also gay.
last few years of his life could be his own worst.
Treated, well, I don't want to say, well, probably behind the scenes treated a little better, but like the gimmick he was given was fucking worse.
Devastated by his release from the WWE, Chris Canyon finds meaning in mentoring a new generation of wrestling stars.
Where did he go? Did he go to TNA?
When we got booked on a bigger show, we saw Chris Canyon was on the list, and we couldn't believe
Oh
it.
no, I guess he trained them.
Heroes, legitimate heroes. Here we are. We're just these kids. I'm probably 19.
Yeah, and
You're
15, 16.
15, 16. We're like teenage voices. Hi, I'm Matt. This is my brother Nick.
All nervous.
We hit it off, right off the bat. Imagine this guy that you watched on television for years. Now he's your friend, and he's, calling you every day.
He had called me up one time. He goes, "Hey, are you guys having a show? So I'm kind of in the area. I could come work one of your shows if you're there." I was like, "Holy crap! Well, we're doing a show now." He came out to a big pop, the big star, and he buries the crowd. Super good heel mic work.
I'm gonna beat you, and then I'm gonna leave this stupid hick town and never, ever come back. Shut up.
I didn't want to go over. I didn't want to go over at all. And he goes, "Kid, this is your promotion, your hometown. Like, you got to go over. It's gonna get the better reaction." I was like, "Okay, fine." And he goes pick me up. I slip out the back door, and I roll him up. 1, 2, 3. Still to this day, it's one of my top 3 favorite, not only matches in wrestling, but probably one of my top 3 favorite moments in my life.
Holy shit.
Selfless guy.
Maybe for this one night, you're better than Canyon.
Chris Canyon was the person that would honestly give you the shirt off his back. He was a great person. Chris was a great person. My name is Luke Hawks. I'm a professional wrestler and also a dear friend.
I heard a lot of shit about people talking about Wrestler's Court, which I knew about, and I want to, if they do get into that, I would like to know about it. Because I've heard so many fucking horror stories about that.
All time completely wiped out the city. Canyon called me up, and he was the first person to call me. And he goes, "If you need a place to live, you can come live with me as long as you need to, no charge." So Chris would go through these stages where he would stay up for 3 or 4 days at a time. Keep in mind, we're in Clearwater Beach, and the headquarters for Scientology is not far away.
What the fuck?
So he said he had just got home, and he went left, and he was driving on this bridge for hours. And he was trying to get to the Scientology building. And I think he said he's seen aliens or aliens.
To the Scientology building. Nintendo directing my...
Never happened
Yeah.
Because he was home with us the whole time. So he starts freaking out. He's like, "I gotta break into this building. I gotta go in that building. I know the aliens are in there."
Holy shit.
I told the guys, I said, we can't let him leave. We gotta hold him down. We're gonna have to tie him up and lock him in a room. We can't let him leave until he calms down and goes to sleep, because we knew once he went to sleep, he would wake up and he would be fine. And that's exactly what happened. He woke up, didn't even remember it happening.
Canyon eventually begins treatment for bipolar disorder and finally feels empowered to open up about his sexuality.
He says, "I need to tell you something."
And I go, "Okay, what's up?"
His tone was different, and he was more serious, and I'm just like, "Is everything okay, man? I just don't know how you're gonna react to this. Like, dude, just tell me. And he finally spits it out. He's like, kid,
I'm gay. And I said, okay. And he goes, you don't hate me? I said, hey, why would I hate you? He goes, because I'm gay.
And just to be honest, especially at that time, that day and age, I was a little bummed out about it. I'm like, oh, what? My kid's gay? Then I started thinking about it. I go, wait a minute. That doesn't change anything. Like, I'm really thankful for that opportunity now, too, because I really think that made me, like, open my eyes and become a lot more, like, understanding and tolerant towards a lot of things. Because it was, like, that quick. Like, within a minute, I went from, like, oh, man, to, like, oh, wait, who cares?
We were all kind of happy for him because by this time his career wasn't where he dreamed it could be.
He had been discussing on and off being an openly gay wrestler. He wanted to really be a role model in doing it. But the issue was, how do you portray that? He came out of the closet at an independent show where he was wrestling Diamond
That's
Dallas
probably
Page.
not a good idea.
The question I got for you, my brother.
You gonna pop the question? Uh-oh.
The rumor that's floating around is, are you gay?
He figured that it would be a big deal.
The rumors are true.
Been fun. Yeah.
I am the first ever openly gay professional.
No worries. I really like this though. This was nice.
You will always be my brother.
I'm gonna continue to do this. Hopefully, you guys will continue to stick around.
2006, and nobody cares.
It was kind of like too little, too late.
Orlando Jordan had been put on television, and they were going to announce him as an openly gay wrestler. And Canyon lost his mind about that. They're taking my gimmick. They're taking my gimmick.
Oh my god.
And I would say, well, you don't have a patent or a trademark on being gay, and you didn't bring it up to them before. He wrote a letter to Stephanie McMahon saying, please let me be the spokesman. I think I can help kids that need to come out and things like that. Stephanie wrote him back this pithy little response. I'm so sorry to hear about your struggles. I didn't know about any of this, but before I can address your other issues, I have to talk to legal department or something. And he never heard back from him after that.
A few years prior, Canyon had already sealed his fate with the WWE by attempting a series of ill-conceived stunts in hopes of getting their attention.
Oh my god. All right.
I was WWE's MSG promoter. You know, Chris Benoit just wins his world title with that Eddie Guerrero in the ring. So, you know, I'm on the floor. So this is about a few minutes after we're off air. I look in the corner of my eye, and I see Chris jump in the ring, go to the turnbuckle. That was some odd behavior for him.
That's
So, you know, I had to ask myself, what's
weird.
going on here? Later that night, you know, the WWE was kind enough to, you know, to invite him to the after party. He goes, oh, and by the way, I just went over to Vince McMahon, put my arm around him, and I said, thank you for inviting me to this party, and, you know, even though you fired me.
Again,
I don't know why you did that.
Chris it was like a downward
Was he
spiral.
fired at that? What was he doing there then?
Stuck in that. No, I'm gonna
Wait, how did he get on the turnbuckle? I assume like, oh, he was backstage or whatever, but no.
Stories about Canyon sitting front row at a live event
Ah.
screaming, you know, give me justice or whatever.
That's the worst shit. It's very sad to see the wrestlers get fired, going like buying tickets to shows and trying to put themselves over. Enzo did that too.
That must have been terrible for Chris.
And then, you know, he kind of disappeared for a while after that.
One time he calls me, and we were really close at this point. I start the shower, and my phone goes off, and it's Chris, and I always pick up for Chris. He's bawling his eyes out. And I'm like, Chris, calm down, what's going on? I've had enough. I'm gonna kill myself. And I said, Chris, what? He's like, pray for me right now, kid. Pray for me right now. I'm like, my hand's shaking, and I'm like, I'm praying for this guy, and he's bawling and bawling and bawling, and like the entire bathroom's filling up with steam because like I'm on this call for 45 minutes. I'm crying. I'm 19 years old. I'm trying to convince this guy, one of my heroes, don't kill yourself.
God, that
It was
sucks.
heavy. And by the time we were done with the conversation, I got him to calm down, and we said a prayer.
I totally
and he
like.
told me he loved me.
You don't think about the risks or whatever. You're like, well, I'm gonna die, so fucking whatever. That's so much shit to dump on one person.
In 2006, Canyon
Good-
receives an
it-
unexpected call
It's shitty to
He
say.
eventually appears as a regular, demonstrating his wit, charm, and humor.
This is nice.
He got out there and he talked about being gay and he did
What was I saying? Yeah, it not like it seems distasteful to be like, hey, it's not my responsibility to deal with your you know, you gotta kill yourself. That's not my business. That's fucked up. But also, like, it's true. That shouldn't be anyone else's responsibility to take care of you.
There was an incident with him and John Cena on Howard Stern.
He says Vince is a homophobe, and Chris claims that he was fired because he is a gay man.
Here's the weird thing about Chris, and I've known Chris for a long time. He actually came out of the closet after he was fired.
Right.
He wasn't any good.
I remember when I first saw it, and I was livid. It was just such a dirtbag thing to say.
And with Vince, you do have to have a certain technical bravado. You got to be able to wrestle, but at the same time, it's WWE. You got to be able to entertain the people.
Right.
Chris just wasn't any good.
Take Canyon, to the general public, who's like right here, and then John Cena, who's right here. And if he, kind of craps on Canyon.
I didn't know about that. Holy shit.
There is to whatever he's saying, Cena's going to basically stomp it out.
The guys from the WWE were in an uproar after your last appearance here. Did you know that?
No.
Ric Flair is on the phone. He wants to debate you.
Flair is on the phone?
Canyon loved Ric Flair.
Canyon's Canyon. It was Ric
God damn. And Ric Flair already.
Good point. And I'm disappointed in Chris as a person. I've known him a long time that he would blame his shortcomings on something that's going on in his personal life.
He started getting into a fight with his childhood hero, Ric Flair.
Rick, we know a lot of guys.
I do think, like, I'm not gonna defend the fucking WWE because I don't think it's. Oh, there's no way they would they'd be homophobic or fire this guy because he's gay or mistreat him or whatever. Because that is definitely something they would do, especially in the 2000s. Absolutely something they would do. But it sounds like, I mean, like, this episode is about him, but a lot of people talking on it seem to be like, yeah, he's an unreliable narrator. He told us it was because he was gay. I don't know. He might be using it as an excuse, but that just might be the verbiage they're using for the specific episode and the people speaking on it. I'm inclined not to side with like Cena and Flair, but I think he probably shouldn't have made. I mean, it worked. Whatever he needed from it, he got more popular because he said he was not profiled. No, maybe it is profiled. Yeah, but Ric Flair, he was outed as like a shitty guy in the last episode, so really fucking up Ric Flair in this series.
Inside the business that are gay, but they don't want to go
This season.
nationally out. I did, and I was punished for wanting to do it.
Yeah, I guess it kind of didn't go well for Canyon.
He put Ric Flair in a position of having to say, Chris, I love you, buddy. You're a good guy, but you're not the nature boy. You're not Stone Cold.
Do you think he could work for the WWE again?
No, I don't think he could.
Why not?
I think the opportunity for Chris Canyon is come and gone. And Cena said, yeah, you are not good enough right now to be on the show.
Okay.
All right, well, there it is.
Ric Flair backed what John Cena said, and Canyon had a huge problem with that.
He really kind of underplayed how much it affected him. I think he just didn't want to admit that wrestling had that kind of power over him.
Yeah, because it's not just the gay thing. It's like, oh, you are not good at what you do, what you're passionate about.
And it was gone.
Okay, let me. All the people talking also are like either huge fans or like he's an inspiration to all of them. That being said, there are a lot of good wrestlers like Cesaro, for example, that just like the vocal minority is like, this person's fantastic or this person's an unsung hero or so underrated. Sometimes you just don't get over. I think a lot of the WCW guys just straight up did not get over. I wouldn't be surprised if Canyon was one of them. If they fired him because he didn't get over, and then he felt as it. I don't think he was lying or like trying to get clout. I think he legitimately believes he was fired because he was gay. Because you just don't get over. Not everyone can get over. That's why you need to keep going to different places to really find yourself. I think the Canyon gimmick probably just didn't get over in the WWE.
Last time I saw him was January or February of 2010, and he had been booked to work a show for Mikey Whipwreck's, and the match it was horrible. It's the worst I've ever seen him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's getting worse now, but
Started laughing. Once they're laughing at you and not with you, you're gone.
God damn, this is as
Total flat.
yeah, just sad.
Finish. Nobody cared. But we went to the bar afterwards. He was holding court. He was the star. He was making all the self-deprecating gay jokes, and people were laughing with him, not at him. One guy walked up to me. Hey, I don't want to bother you guys, but will you just let him know he meant a lot to me and he's inspired me because I'm gay. So we go back to the hotel room and everything's great. And we walk in and he started saying that he was sore, and I asked him what happened, and he said that he'd just thrown himself in front of a car trying to kill himself a couple days earlier. And I started saying, Canyon, have you lost your mind? Did you just see what we did? Did you see the outpouring of love from these guys? I said, you're being selfish. And he goes, no, Van, you're the one who's being selfish. You don't know what it's like to live in my brain, to feel like a freak, and to hate yourself every day. And I yelled at him a little bit more, and then he goes, Van, I'm gonna stop you right here. And we hugged, and then it was like an episode of This Is Your Life. When he was gonna take me to the airport, we had like 45 minutes to go. And it was like, you remember the time you did this? You remember the time you did that? And we were howling like the good old days.
Uh-oh.
When I got out of the car, I just lost it. And I got on the plane, I cried the whole way home. I found a little corner seat. I got off, and my wife asked me what was wrong.
Oh, I thought they could have.
I think he's gonna do it this time.
He just said that was the last time he saw him. God, this is fucked. It's always fucked. They're always sad. Not all of them, but most. It's fucked up. Seems like everyone knew.
You know, calling him several times a day, every day for like 2 weeks, and he wouldn't answer the phone at all. Then his friend Mike Passarello called me at, I think it was like 6 a.m. in the morning, and that's never a good time to get a phone call. And he told me he was gone.
On April 2nd, 2010, Chris was found dead in his childhood home in Sunnyside, Queens, New York, having overdosed on antidepressants.
Oh, that's even worse. Antidepressants. Holy shit.
He was 40 years old.
As you can imagine, we took it how we took it.
And, you know, I teared up a little bit. Said, mother.
I was like so numb. I didn't know like what to do or feel. I was just frozen because it was just I was just at a loss.
But I also remember being relieved because I remember Chris is now at a place where he wants to be because he can't be in pain. You know, he's
It's almost like whenever you, the story of like whenever you're like an old or like old relative or grandparent or someone very sick, like a cancer or whatever, they're like you. At a certain point, they're already dead, and you see them slowly die over time, like get weaker and sicker and all that shit. And then when they do die, it doesn't feel that bad. It seems weird to say. It's almost like a relief, you know? You're like, oh, because in your head, really, they were dead a long time ago. Like they pulled the trigger, I guess, is in a way of saying. I imagine this is similar, but this is a story where he could have turned around.
Talks bad about. Chris is one of those guys.
I mean, he was a tortured soul.
Is this almost over? I thought they were going to talk about... Yeah, I heard a lot of people talk about fucking Wrestlers Court. Why is this not...
More assistance or guided him in the right way, but I just didn't know, and I would just tell anybody watching.
Did I miss something? People were like shitting on the Undertaker and stuff.
Anything like that, to where their mental health issues are interfering with their day-to-day existence. Do what you have to do. Any secrets you have, go out there and get them help and save them.
He definitely opened the door, though.
Yes, in the wrestling industry.
For others to be more comfortable with coming out, and he was one of the first that I could remember.
He's a pioneer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he'd be a hero right now. He'd really be a hero. I think that was too much for cross and bear. I really do.
And not to downplay him, but it's also like it's just the first.
Trans. I mean, it's a different world.
See, it's just, I've seen old people be open to this.
An entire generation of younger guys.
There's some, oh yeah, not to downplay Canyon because he, the first out person, but think about like how many people in the fucking 90s or even like, oh my god, the 80s that were, and then just died with that.
He was just so underutilized and so underappreciated. So the fact that we could bring more light to his name and people could really understand and see how great of a guy he was and how great in the ring he was, it's better late than never.
I remember on one road trip in particular, Chris is like, "You guys don't realize what I would do to go back and be your age."
Oh, that's
trying
right.
to break in and wrestling and make it again right now. It didn't make any sense to me. What are you talking about? You've done it all. You were on WCW Nitro. You've been a champion in WWE.
You have your own action figures. You've been on video.
You've done it all, Chris. And I didn't understand, like, why would he want to trade spots with me? I would do anything. I would give up anything to be him. Guys, listen, he's like, the journey there is so much better than the destination. And I'm like, I didn't get it. And now I've made it to the destination, and he's right. Like, you're chasing this thing. And
Yeah, fuck AEW. We hate working there. I want to go back to the indies.
That last night I saw him, I'd asked him, I've told some of these stories about the crazy shit you did, but you didn't have the gay subtext to explain some of the behavior. And I said, do you really want me to tell these stories? He goes, shoot, Papa, shoot. Tell the truth, Papa. If you pulled out a Ouija board and I got the chance to talk to him one more time, I would just say, Canyon, you've been an amazing...
So I guess there's no wrestler's court aspect of it. That's really weird. Where's all that talk coming from then?
I guess I'd just hug his ghost. Oops. He'd go, mother, you missed.
Sinister Minister seems like a great fucking guy. Give me goosebumps. Well, I guess that's the episode. Well, now I want to know fucking where this wrestler court shit's coming from. Twitter. And just search Undertaker and see what people are talking about. This was the locker room the Undertaker defended so badly. Yeah, I'd rather have wrestlers play Mario Kart backstage. The Undertaker. All the boys do these days play video games. Us after watching last night's Dark of the Ring. Good. Breach yourself. That goes for Undertaker too. Did I miss something? Woo! Once back, he prefer the. Wait. Yeah, what?
Nah, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is next week's episode Wrestler's Court? Finding out that there was a... Yeah, hold on. Let me just... Maybe that's where the next episode's going to be? I assumed it would be in this episode. But why is everyone talking about it today? What happened that made people talk about it today? It seems like everyone's got a shitty story about him, which interests me. Him with people not afraid to actually speak about it. He's in deep shit. Get Paul London and Muhammad Hassan for starters. The judge for a wrestler's court accused of being a bully is it? Well, what? Seeing a lot of the plane red from hell today, thanks to Ducks of the Ring. Other dismisses. Anyone backstage. Unfortunately, participating in the documentary would probably get you brought up in wrestler's court. Undertaker president over Yeah, but like, what does this have to do with? What does this have to do with the Canyon episode? Unless I missed something. Has there been one on Wrestler's Court? I think he was a judge for at least 10 years, which is just a kangaroo court. Did I somehow just miss a huge portion of the episode? I mean, I was watching it, but it felt like it would be a longer thing. Alright, well. Give me goosebumps. Goosebumps. So kind of tired. Maybe we'll cut this one off a little bit early. Go for 2 hours instead of 3. Seems like most of the regulars in the chat have gone to bed anyway. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, why not? Maybe like in... Because I did do it. Because I do this like, yeah, I edit and then stream and then edit. Or like, but I recorded today. So I didn't really get the time before to relax or nap or whatever. And there's nothing big going. It's just more Fall Guys right now, really. Not that I don't love Fall Guys, but I'm becoming less and less invested. The game I ordered does come on the 27th, I think. And then we can start that, and then it'll transition to all the stuff happening in October, which is a ton of shit. Oh yeah, it's probably also because the direct happened in the middle of the day yesterday. So I slept earlier. So then I what was it? So now I was like, well, this is around the time I went to bed last time. Ding, 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 ding. How about this? Instead of time-wise, this might be a lot. 10 more attempts, which means up until I get eliminated. 10 more. That's actually that might even surpass the 3-hour mark. Let's do 5 more. How about that? So at least where like I have something to there are stakes and something to shoot for. But now I'm fully focused on the Fall Guys aspect of the Fall Guys stream. It's not gonna be that one again, is it? Oh my god. It's not gonna be that one. It's this. Well, shit. Now I'm getting towards the front. I don't like that. That's a lot of. I'm not fucking it up because if you fuck up one jump, you get put in last. How is this guy doing this? No way. Come on. Oh, they got launched. No fair. I was gonna be in first. 8th place isn't that bad. Or 9th or whatever the fuck I got. Damn, that ended so quick. Yeah, I'll go to 5 attempts, alright? I have 5. Put the scoreboard up. Ding, I got 5. I got 5 on it. How did I become so tired so fast? Because I'm out of fucking caffeine drink now. Daddy's Juice special drink. That's what I need the cavities for. It's all worth it. I run the oh, this one, except it's different. Slime Scraper. Yeah, this one was the fucking one where people would just wait at the end and fuck with you. And also the one that for a long time I was just like, yeah, I can't be this. It's impossible. But then there's just little things that help you optimize the run. This stage I've never done. Or is it just a recolor? No, this stage I've never done before. So we'll see. And this is an insta-death. No, the thing I remember is that they happen pretty early into the game. Like, occasionally they just be the second round. And it's possible to win on the second round if you're the only person that doesn't die. And that wasn't a very uncommon occurrence. Where just straight up a lot of people would die. Like that. Well, that's 4 attempts left. Boy, did that suck. Okay. Can't wait to bomb some Dodongos. 4 more attempts. That's what I'm giving myself. Solely focused on the fallen guy. The problem is the clock's ticking, so if I open a new can for the stream, well, I mean, it feels like a waste. I think 3 a day is probably my limit. I should draw the line at. But I was very active today, so I was also exerting myself. Let's not worry about it. It's not so much as not being tired as much as just being thirsty, because the more I talk, the more my throat hurts. Because I talk endlessly. Whew. Can't believe I did a stream for 13 hours one time. How was I not tired? I guess I started super early. I don't know what I'm going to do on Halloween. I don't want that one to be long because there's a lot of stuff I have planned. Ding, 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 ding. Goosebumps. Now it's stuck in my head. I can't listen to it again. That'd be overkill. Close to midnight, something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the cold night. Yeah, I rhyme night with night. Midnight, cold night. Yeah, does it rhyme night with night, or did I just not know the lyric? Something that you'll never start your heart. You start to scream. 'Cause terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to scream. Wait, no. What does it say that rhymes with scream? You start to bleed. No. 'Cause terror takes you right before in the eyes. You're paralyzed. Yeah, it's gonna fall. 'Cause this is Thriller. Thriller night. There's no one gonna save her from the beast of 40 eyes inside the Thriller. Thriller night. Wait, you guys gonna be for Halloween? Oh. Oh, fuck off. Am I losing this? I'm like at the behind now and people are already finishing. I'm getting too fucking, what's the word? Not cocky, but like I'm taking unnecessary risks because I'm getting upset that it's taking too long, so I'm trying to speed up the process. But by doing so, I'm dying and in the long run slowing down the process. Because speedrunning is also a risk. Okay, wait. Can I make this? I lost this last time, which I didn't think I could do. But I made it, so it's fine. I'm still on this attempt. I want to know what the lyrics to Thriller are. Thriller lyrics. It's close to moonlight. Close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze as horror looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed. I realized if I didn't have the backing track of Fall Guys to kind of drown me out, you could just hear me singing, which I don't want, because if it's a song like that, I cannot sing it. I'm a bass, and that's pretty much it. I'm based. I was about to sing a song to prove that I could, but it could only go wrong for me, especially now that my throat fucking sucks. I would simply embarrass myself, and I'm not prepared to do that right now. Woo! Woo! Oh. Alright, this is insta-death, right? Like, you die one... Yeah, this is another slime shit. I think. I probably didn't have to wait, but I'm not risking it this time. Oh, wait, no. How did I lose this last time? Did I lose this even? No, I made it to the finish line. Damn. Same idea as me. Foulest stenches of the fuck of 40,000 years. And grisly ghouls from every tomb. I'm gonna throw tonight is closing in to seal your doom. Oh yeah. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. Bum 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 bum. Bing 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 bing. The fuck? Oh yes. Closing in to seal your tomb. Ding 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 ding. Someone surely have to make that edit. I guess I'll do it. Somebody's got it. Okay, this is an insta-death, I think, too. The other one wasn't, but this one is. Wasn't the previous thing 21 qualified and it's still 21? 21. I guess it's just whoever qualifies, qualifies. And if you don't, and if you die, then you're just out. I just made a weird fucking noise. It's gonna sound like a character, but no, that was me. Because it hurts right here. Oh, sorry. I said sorry to my mic. It hurts right here. So I went, I tried to make a note. I tried to, like, say something, and just the only noise that escaped my mouth was, I'm fucking Christian. Modern McFly Williams. Oh, okay. I have bad depth perception. I thought there was something there. I thought there was something between us. Turns out there wasn't. Ugh, you know how girls are. All right, 3 more attempts. I'm gonna throw you tonight. The fuck of 40,000 years. I did all the daily achievements. Did I? Yeah, I did. I can't get the rot anymore, but this is new, right? For 2 hours. Wait. 26. The thing is, for completion, like artificial scarcity, right? But I don't care about whatever this is. I do care about this fucking guy. 3 more attempts. 4 more years. Closing in to seal your doom. It's seal your doom. It's every tomb to seal your doom. I thought it was seal your tomb. I'm mixing all these up. Alright, enough of these lyrics. What if Mario Brothers 2 had lyrics? I gotta put a fucking, like, boys have emblem on this or something so people, so that way it's branded. Okay, so this is an insta-death one, probably, right? No, this is just a random runner. I think? I probably should have read the rules. Yeah, this just says race to the finish, so I guess there's no deaths in this one. No dogs were harmed in the making. Oh, I was harmed though. No dog goes unharmed when I'm around. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get punched. Oh, there is shit down there. Okay. That didn't seem like it was faster. You would think the harder part is faster, but no. People had the right idea by going down there. I'm gonna throw you tonight. I am going to throw you tonight. Check this shit out. You're gonna get thrilled. Prepare to get thrilled. Ooh, saved it. See, were you thrilled by that? What about this? Thrilled yet? Are you smoking yet? Qualified. Did I thrill you? Be honest. You have to legally tell me if I thrilled you. Whee! I'm gonna throw you tonight. I'm gonna listen to the Thriller cover because I obviously can't play the real one. Would Jonathan Young care? I know he said on Twitter that he doesn't mind if people play his song. But this is a specific cover. I don't know. You said that almost stopped your heart. You try to scream. Terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to scream. I rhymed scream with scream again. I got it wrong. I don't like waiting, so I fill the time by doing dumb shit. Ding, 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 ding. Maybe I should pull that up next time. Another race to the finish. Check this shit out. You're gonna be so fucking thrilled. Oh, Lee's right. Cooperation. Go for the left. Alright, I guess we're going for the right. You always go for the fucking solid color, because it's the easiest and it's closer to, yeah, this. Ah, I almost made it to fucking Black Friday Walmart doors. Well, it almost worked. Not that I hope people get sick, but I hope there's a Black Friday this year, because I would like to go and document it. Oh, I lost. Huh. That's so... Alright, well. Two more attempts. Maybe I can get those 2 crowns. Maybe I can get another crown. You know, win a game. I do have 2 more attempts after all. Hold on. I need something to fill my I'm distracted again. There's an Apple ad. Between the eyes, you're paralyzed. 'Cause this is Thriller. Yeah! Oh, it's Thriller. Thriller night.